was misjudging my own timing because we're in the middle of a fucking hype train right now. This is wild to me. Thank you guys so much. We've been doing this show for over 3 years now. So, hey, if you're still coming by, thank you so much. Oh my God. Bleh! Level 3 hype train. Thank you.
For the puppies.
It's for the puppies. It's for all the dogs. All the dogs out there. We have gotten to the hype. Today is July 26th, 2021, and you are loved. That is a very important thing that we like to remind each and every single one of our viewers and listeners at the beginning of each and every single one of these games. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/indooradventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, including full playthroughs of a plethora of D&D adventures, as well as Masks of the Green Sun. We got Monster Noir in our City of Mist campaign. We're trying to branch out into even more tabletop RPGs, so hey, guess what? All of that's ready and available for you wherever the VOD is. Anonymous gifter, thank you. You've gifted like 3 subs in this chat, and I don't know what to do other than just meow. Meow! That's the sub noise, I guess, that I'm going with because I don't have anything on it.
Let's not do
Let's
that.
not do that one. I won't meow aggressively at people. Ooh, that's a nice one. That's a solid bell. You can find us anywhere audiocasts are made available for free. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, you can go to patreon.com/indooradventures to check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from the community, but also from each other. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to join us on our Discord. You can find the link in the Twitch chat to the side or in the description of this video or audiocast down below. But if you already support us on Patreon, you already support us on YouTube and Twitch and all those other wonderful spaces, and you're trying to think to yourself, where can I go to help support this incredible show even more? Guess what, buddy? I got your back. Quite literally, in fact, because if you go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, we got t-shirts, we got posters, we got mugs, we got stickers, throw pillows, shower curtains, aprons, clocks, journals, and we also have face masks with the symbol of Tiamat upon them. We delightfully call them Tia masks, done by our very own Cyberwolf 1201, where all of the proceeds of those masks end up going to help support Doctors Without Borders. RJ, what the actual fuck? We are now a level 4 hype train. It's getting real hype now. Things are heating up. It's cooking. But yes, all of the proceeds of those mask sales end up going to help support Doctors Without Borders. So if you'd like to help support a good cause or possibly help support the show, feel free to again join us at indooradventure.redbubble.com. That is indooradventure, no S at the end, .redbubble.com. But that is it for my opening spiel. So hey, RJ, who you playing today?
Hey everybody, I'm RJ, and today I'm playing Caelum, the Shadowkai Wizard. We both go by he, him.
Hello, everybody. I'm LBHackEmUp, and I'll be playing Gwen, the halfling barbarian fighter. We both are she, her.
Hi, I'm Connor. I use he or any pronouns. I'm going to be playing Arjhan. He is a cis male Illyrian Draconian Dragonborn Ranger cleric who uses he, him. There we go.
Hey everybody, I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener. I did not bring my microphone down. Hi! I go by she, her pronouns. I'm going to be playing as Cori, the Elegant Paladin, who goes by she, they, and he pronouns.
And I am the Indoor Adventurer, and I am floored by the generosity of our community because Anonymous Gifter just gifted 5 tier 1 subs. So we are now at a level 5 hype train. I've never seen this before. I've never seen it go that high before. So thank you. Yes. There is Kill Bill sirens that are like aggressively blaring in my brain place right now. I am the Indoor Adventurer, he, him, and tonight I shall be your dungeon master. So last we left off, your group had reconvened with Oliviette, and after making up and explaining the situation at hand between Cori and Oliviette, as well as the gift of a new leg to stand on, you were all brought to the attention that a certain moon goddess, not one that you are actively familiar with or in active communication with, being Elistray, wanted to talk to the 4 of you about a plan to finally put an end to Kyuss. It was at this point, though, that you were made aware that the only place that you could actually communicate with her, or that was a possibility that she wanted to meet you with was on the moon itself, where her temple is, the Temple of Night. It was at that point that Oliviette was able to activate a teleportation circle for all of you, transporting the 5 of you up to the surface of yonder moon. It was at that point that you ended up meeting with the moon goddess herself, who let you know that Kyuss's forces were going to be arriving at the Temple of Night within the next, in less than 24 hours. It was at this point that she then asked if she could conscript you, in a sense, for a plan to finally put an end to this. However, she did make the stipulation that she would not be able to tell you the full plan until after you had saved the temple, just in case any one of you were to fall. She did not want Kyuss to gain that information from your corpse. A little grim, to say the least, but after a round of individuals agreeing, yes, we will stand by you, and Gwen introducing herself to a giant glowing naked goddess, that is where we ended last session. So we are going to pick up in the post meeting. You guys are no longer in Elistray's chamber, but she is going to, she had actually asked for Oliviette to stick behind to speak with her a little bit more, leaving the 4 of you. Now, the thing that the 4 of you also gained access to, or at least gained the knowledge therein, is when Elistray mentioned rather offhandedly that Cori had taken up the mantle of Lorathian. Jesus Christ, does it go to 6? Does it go that far? It just said level 4 complete again. We're now at 127% complete. I don't know what this means. I'm scared.
Level 6. Level
6. Level 6.
Oh, there is no level 6. There's just an incredible, there's an amazing level 5. We all know it's level 6. We all know it's
level
there.
6 in our hearts.
Yes. But yes, Elistray revealed to all of you that Coriander had taken up the mantle of Coralon Lorathian, something that hadn't really been brought up before. So again, the 4 of you are kind of outside. You've been taken to a at this point, I would say it's probably like a general living quarters. Again, it's very Spartan. There's not a whole lot here in terms of like flower vase or any flowers in vases or anything like that. It again seems more of like this is a rock garden kind of temple, not a whole lot of foliage. But the 4 of you are in sort of like a waiting preparing room, getting ready for this attack. What would you like to do?
I would like to give everybody a potion of necrotic resistance.
Cool.
What are we doing?
Defending the temple from Kyuss.
That was a goddess, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
My standards have been way too low.
What do you mean?
She is so incredible. Did you see her?
I did, yes.
I've never seen something that beautiful before. I don't think I ever will.
Caelum's gonna ask one of the attendants if there is any for a rock from the rock garden.
Any what kind of rock?
He's gonna ask one of the attendants if there are any for a rock from the rock garden.
Okay. Yeah, they'll give it to you, no problem. They ask if you're looking for a specific size. If not, they'll just find you one.
About palm size.
Yeah. It's a very smooth palm-sized rock.
Pockets it. He's gonna give that to Alindra later.
Sounds good.
So, goddesses and moon aside, Cori, what the fuck?
You're going to have to be more specific?
Did she say something about you're now Lando Calrissian?
That is something, yes, that sounds a lot like what she said.
Did you just get like a new title or? Oh, are you okay, Arjhan?
I'm not sure what that was about.
Huh.
Well, ever since what happened in the Feywild, I had noticed a few things changing.
So you're going through elf puberty again.
Something like that? I think this requires more study.
Can't just bribe me like that, Cori. Can't just
What?
throw in the word study like that. Then I'm gonna get interested, and then some bad stuff's gonna happen, and it's gonna be my fault again.
No, I think we should all be very interested in the ramifications of mantling a god.
Did you buy them
Especially
dinner
considering our move after this.
Right. Gwen.
Yes.
What does mantling a god mean?
Religion or history?
Yeah, the two of you can roll that one.
Boy, howdy.
As long as it's not me.
19.
10.
All right. Yeah, Caelum, this is new territory for you for sure. Like you said, you can't just tempt you with information like this and not have an answer. You got to study about it if you're going to eventually find out more. But the tantalizing study is something that you can do later. Arjhan, you aren't necessarily sure about the overall ramifications of this sort of thing, but based off of what Illustrated was saying and what you have seen Cori exhibit, she, at some point during your time in the Feywild, agreed to something that she may or may not have known what was going on at the time. But as far as you are aware, from a logistical standpoint, Cori has done things that don't seem like they should necessarily be capable. You aren't very familiar with Eladrin elves, but your time in the Feywild, in time speaking with a lot of the individuals at the Fomorian Fortress, got a general understanding that Eladrin, for example, can't share their seasons. Normally, if they perform a seasonal shift one way or the other, it takes an extended period of time, but you've seen Cori just sort of swap through them, no problem. She seems to be showcasing a lot of these extra abilities, these extra powers that don't really seem like they would be, for lack of a better term, WotC official. They don't necessarily seem like they are the standard arrangement of what an Eladrin can do.
I mean, Gwen, from what I know, which is admittedly very little, mantling something like that is just another way to achieve a lot of power. I've heard stories of people who have tried to do that, and it never really goes well. Certainly not as far as Cori's gone.
Do any of your stories have happy endings?
No. No, they don't. Typically, they come from hunters who wanted to kill the story subject.
Any love stories in there? Just, you know.
I told
Like,
you about
maybe
Darth
3?
Sidious.
3. Awesome. Okay, cool. Anyways, we're gonna fight something, right?
Multiple somethings.
Okay, I'm sorry. I pretty much blacked out when we were in that room.
So
Understandable. There's an incursion. Kyuss
Okay.
is on the moon,
Oh, yeah,
and we
okay.
need to repel his forces.
Alright. I mean, same as, you know, first verse, same as the second verse, same as the first.
Yeah,
Just do the same thing we did before.
but now on the moon.
Right, is that any different, like, air-wise? Gwen doesn't know about gravity.
You are on the moon right now.
Right. I still keep forgetting that. It's honestly just like boring Earth, you know? I mean, besides the goddess, like, that is choice. But beyond that, it's just kind of like, oh, racks. Just my opinion. Okay, well, I'm gonna go stretch. I think y'all should do the same. Gwen stands up and starts to stretch.
how much time are we getting before battling?
That depends. Are you going to be like actively seeking out the enemy, in which case you can leave and go towards that direction whenever you want, or are you waiting for them to come to you?
Are there any rituals or anything else that we would need to prepare?
I'd like to go through my spell list at least, just to change some things around. I'm also down a bit of power since teleporting us here.
Have we had a long rest since talking to Olivia?
We can count this as a long rest.
Okay.
All right.
Um,
Battle plan. If you see any wormy dudes in robes, let's take those guys out first.
Everybody has a potion of necrotic resistance that should last an hour, so hopefully the entire battle.
Oh, solid. Okay, cool.
I do have another potion of growth, so I can embiggen you, Gwen.
Cool. Yeah, I'm down.
Magic items, do we want to switch those around?
I casted 5 guiding bolts into the Ring of Spell Storing, so
The
someone can
Ring of
use
Spell
that.
Storing has Wall of Force in it right now.
It has Wall of Force. Okay, cool.
Should I use, like, is fire gonna be a problem? I've been carrying around this fucking armor for forever, and it has not come up yet.
Possibly. Do we remember the Correspond worm having molten magma chompies?
Let me see.
I think it was acid, wasn't it?
Bow. Let me see. Yeah, it does not have any. It itself is a very heated creature, but it doesn't seem like it has the capabilities of doing heated damage.
Probably not.
All right.
Okay, lady.
Okay, lady.
Hi, lady.
Be very quiet. She's hunting wabbits.
It is wabbit season. I am going to finally use my oil of sharpness and put some acid into a few more of the hollow tip crossbow bolts.
Hell yeah. And what does oil of sharpness do?
Applying the oil takes 1 minute, and for 1 hour, the coated item is magical and has +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls.
Oh, damn.
Days or...
I can only apply that to 5 pieces of the ammunition. So we'll say that I have 5 really good crossbow bolts.
Okay.
I actually only have 5 of the hollow tip crossbow bolts left.
Nice. 'Twas fate.
And that is my plan.
Okay. So Arjhan is prepping weapons, getting potions distributed. Caelum is swapping out his spell slots, or his prepared spells. Cori, is there anything that you wanted to do for the in preparation for this?
Or are you switching out some spell slots as well?
Okay.
Quick question, Steven.
Yes.
Was Arcane Adage... Is it Adage? The one where I can craft spells, is it in days or hours?
That one I believe is in hours, but you would not benefit from a long rest if you were using that ability.
Okay.
Putting acid in the crossbow bolts. What are we saying that the damage is?
The damage,
I vaguely remember 1d6 or 1d4. I don't remember.
I would say let's do make it like a nasty health potion, like 2d4 plus 2.
Do it if you're nasty.
Okay, and I feel like while you guys are doing your prep, Olivia will show up and lets you all know that she's been told what this plan is. And she will set out what looks like a metal disc, almost what looks like a plate, if a plate had more ornate but brutalist lines that had been put into it. They don't seem like they're very spiraling. It almost looks like almost dwarven in architecture and design, but you know that it is not so. And you see arcane energy sort of course through these lines on the plate, and a projected image that you can see of the moon itself then rises from a center table where you all are sitting. And as this projected image is there and it begins to spin, you can kind of see this deep red vein that had been planted onto the moon. And Olivia explains, this is the center point for where Kyuss has been known to be. He is making his way here. I did not really put things into consideration, but Illustrate has let me know that since we were able to see it from the Earth, it was about 40 miles of worms or so. So, they are making their way here. It's going to be
40
fine.
miles of worms.
Or at least worm-infected territory. Whether or not it is all worms, I am not sure.
I see. So not 40 miles away, but 40 miles of worms?
That is correct.
I see. Oh, carry on.
That's a lot.
Kyuss desperately wants to take this place.
Okay. Do we have fire here?
I'm sure that we could possibly get some sort of fire.
Can we get oil?
I'm sure that we can find oil as well. Are you
I'm gonna
planning
need
on?
all your oil and all of your fire.
Are you planning
Last
on
step.
making cocktails?
At a time like...
Molotovs.
I was thinking like buckets that we could lay down and when the worms step in them, just light them up.
The idea of a worm stepping in something is a very strange imagery, but I understand what you are talking about.
This is war, Peacock! There's no time for fighty business!
Sorry. I watched that movie the other day.
I fucking love that movie.
So Olivia nods and says, I will put out the message that we will try and find oil, as well as fire as best we can. We have some individuals here that are skilled in the arcane. I'm sure that we'll be able to figure something out.
Oh boy. Did
And
Arjhan roll a blood dice, by the way?
yes, it did. He got a
17.
17. And at this point, Oliviette says, from what Alistair was saying, we have roughly, from what she can see, about 4 hours until they are here, until they are at the door. Is that enough time for you all?
There be.
You were muted.
Sorry, yeah, that's what we got, so it's gotta be.
And she just nods and agrees, and you can see that, like, she is trying to keep a pleasant expression, although, like, there is a lot of weight that she is currently carrying. And at that, she nods and is going to go and get the... and she's going to get the barrels of oil and the fire ready as best she can. So as she leaves, and there is still just this projected image of the moon that seems to be steadily turning on the table that is left, our view centers in on that turning moon. And as our field of vision gets closer, it becomes more real. Time will pass after this point, and we now see the outside of the Temple of Night. Gwen, have you like power shovel, like dug up trenches kind of thing?
No. I was going to, like, if we have a higher area, just full on, like, tar pit them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so you, like, from battlements, the best ones that you can find, most of these are, like, you just go out onto the roof of this place. This temple was not exactly meant for military operations, seeing as how, you know, there's not a whole lot of threats here for people that are trying to get in it, or at least there weren't. And you can have this... you can get this set up with ease, I would say. Gwen has been in her fair share of combat, especially with Arjhan's help, as he, as a former hunter, has a general knowledge of good ways to kind of space out like where this oil would come from. The two of you are able to pretty easily get this together. And as you are all getting ready to and preparing, you can hear, in the strangest sense, there is nothing, and there has been nothing. No external audio. There are no birds. There are no animals. There's no wind. There is just this empty vacuum of sound other than you all moving about and getting ready and getting into position. And at around that 4-hour mark, as it draws near, you begin to hear a sound. And this sound comes from miles off in the distance, but it is a rumbling that seems almost like a wave that seems to be approaching, almost like if you have ever been near a flash flood, just that initial sound of water coming where there was not before. You can hear that coming from the distance. And as you turn to look in this direction, at first you think that it is just the horizon, but then you notice that the horizon is getting closer and that there is less of this general white ground of this moon that you have come to know as a place. And you see that there are humanoid-esque looking figures that seem to be here as well. You recognize these as the lower spawns of Kyuss that you've kind of seen in places like Shroudport, but you are recognizing these as the moon elves. Like, they are wearing the same kind of regalia that you have seen other followers of Elystrae wear. And it looks grim and rather grisly as you gaze out. But these forces are coming directly towards your force. And again, it just seems like it moves as one, with a multitude of these bipedal, if that can even be described or that can be described, forms. And as they are now roughly about, I would say they get to about the 150-foot mark away from the temple, I'd like for everyone to roll initiative, because Caelum looks like he's about to start doing some shit.
Okay. I was about to say, as Caelum's watching this, he's casting spells on himself.
Yep. So I'd just like to get the initiative out there so that way we have a time. Arjhan.
19.
Gwen.
21. This is the first time that I have rolled above like a 12 using I have a +1 and advantage. This is the first time it's come up.
Alrighty. Cori.
2.
And Caelum.
Rising no one and 8.
Okay.
I got a nat 1 too. Elves.
I have a
Sounds
negative
good.
1 in initiative.
Oh, never mind.
There we are. Sorted. Okay, so Caelum, they are at that 150-foot mark, or at least as you see them getting closer, you are casting spells on yourself?
Yep.
Okay.
It is that scene out of Overlord.
Okay.
Cori's doing the same thing, except it's for her friends. She's gonna cast Aid. At what level should we cast this at? Let's make it third level. She's gonna cast Aid on herself, Gwen, and
You, Caelum.
yeah. Third level might not be a good idea. Yes, it is.
Everybody take your potions.
Help. Yeah, everybody's taking potions.
Everybody take
casting spells.
get your drinkies.
Yeah. Okay.
Take shots.
Gwen, I have
Get
a
vaccinated.
yes. I have a question for you, Gwen. Are
Yes.
you drinking the embiggening potion and the potion of necrotic resistance?
The embiggening potion is something that I will inject Gwen with during the fight.
Okay, cool.
No.
Gwen, Cori, and Caelum increase your max HP by 10.
I would like to rage at this point, because I have relentless rage, and when right, it still only lasts a minute, but I don't have to attack.
Yeah.
Right? And then I'm just down for 1 round, and then I can rage again. Is that correct?
I believe so.
Is Caelum using weapons nowadays?
If he pops off his Tasha's, but this might be a different scenario for him.
Gotcha. Okay.
So Caelum's casting fuck it. He's casting Mirror Image on himself and Crown of Stars.
Hell yeah.
Cori's gonna wait till the last possible second, and then put up an Aura of Vitality.
I will also wait to the last second to summon my friends.
Okay.
Caelum, are we doing
Oh,
wall
wait.
force?
That is on you. I plan on dropping a Whirlwind.
I'm not gonna do that because I'm gonna set fire to the ground. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, they are roughly around 150 feet away, and you guys are just like, there is a fucking light show. Laser Floyd is happening where the 4 of you guys are. It's just like a series of magical effects are just fucking going. Potions are being drank. It is a grand time to be high level in D&D. That is for sure.
You can see like it lagging a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like a raid boss.
Knights in the courtyard with too many special effects.
I'm putting it in. Boom. So, yeah, you guys are getting ready. You see that prepped to fight alongside you are the clergy of Elystrae herself. They have all been outfitted with halberds, maces, swords. They are dressed to the teeth to be able to fight. There is armor abound, and as the 4 of you are getting ready for combat as well, Oliviette will join you. And she will standing by your side as she emerges out of a kind of like a shadowed walkway. You see that typically, while she is known for wearing like this very nice red captain's cloak, and has more of a gaudy appearance, this is a more, it's like she's wearing more form-fitting clothes. That would almost be like if she was getting ready for a ball rather than combat. It's not necessarily like a flowy dress or anything like that, but she looks like she's getting ready to go to like a gala, as far as her clothes are concerned. And instead of the reddish color that you recognize seeing on her, she's wearing more like silvers, dark blues. Like she is definitely wearing raiments of a deity who is just down the hall that a ways. She looks like she is fit for the piece, but she is still wearing her tried and true large hat with the feather. And she also seems to be ready for this. And as you guys are getting ready, she looks towards you and says, "If we do not make it out of this alive, I want all of you to know that it has been... Let's make it all out of this alive."
Let's do that.
Yeah. I don't plan on dying again here.
I've never died, so this is gonna be great.
Well, let's not have that to be a habit for you.
Exactly. It's gonna be fine.
Okay.
Is there like a piece of wood I can knock on?
And Gwen, as you say,
Cori just raises her arm.
and Gwen, as you say, this is going to be fine. From this massive worms that you can see, you see that they begin to converge at one point, almost like there is a well in the center of where they are. But instead of going down, they are converging in an upward fashion. And as you watch these worms converge and writhe together, you see this large pillar begin to form at 5 feet, 10, 20, until eventually, behind this mass of small spawns of Kyuss, you see a 30-foot tall, humanoid-ish creature made entirely of worms. As smaller worms begin to form together to create what looks like a large cloak over them. And that is where combat is going to kick off with this large, this absolutely massive worm colossus. Gwen, you are at the top of the round as these worms begin to just make their way towards you.
We should have brought the robot thing. Why did we bring the robot thing? Okay. Gwen's already raging, or had just raged, I guess, right before
you
this.
waited.
Yeah. And I think that, might as well start off with a bang. She's gonna throw the Sunforger.
Okay.
And how far away are they from the wall right now?
From the wall, they are still roughly around 120 feet.
All right, I'm cool. 120 feet is my thing. So could they make a DC 15 dexterity saving throw, please?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Damn.
So that is dexterity, you say?
Yes.
To shreds, you say?
To shreds, you say?
So that is a 21 for the Colossus. And then spell save, or the save for that is what, a 12?
15.
15? Okay. So only the Colossus makes it. Everyone else fails.
All right, that's 24 damage, fire damage total, and half as much on a save.
Sorry, what was that number? Brain spaced, like right as you said that.
24
Okay,
fire damage.
Gotcha.
And half as much on a successful save.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like there are plenty of creatures here that take that full 24, and you are used to this like fire explosion just like clearing off the smaller fries. What you're seeing here and what you are noticing here, they seem hardier. They definitely seem a little bit sturdier here up in the vastness of space.
Roger Dodger. I'm going to I guess I'm going to ready for when they get into, I'll move over to one of the oil pots for when they get close enough, and I am going to, Gwen's going to huck it into the crowd when they're close enough.
Okay. So next up, you see one of these worm creatures begin moving forward. And as they do, you can see that you are used to these creatures having more humanoid-like features. This is it almost has like canine-like features in the face, but it has like longer arms. And it has this like vacant expression about it, but it still seems like it is somehow smiling and drawing in light around it to itself. And it is going to use its full movement to get closer to this building. As it does, you see some of the members of the clergy are getting ready to go out and engage with it at some point. But it seems like this individual running forward is leading a pack of other of these bipedal things with it. So that is its turn. Next up, Arjhan.
Big ol' Wormy is way away, right?
He's about 120 feet at this point.
That's not way away.
No.
And are we a good ways from like the shit that matters?
Yeah, I would say that behind you, building wise, how far
about
away?
A mile?
A mile? Yeah, we could say that the building is about a mile away from you.
Okay. And where are these bipedal wormwolves from the oil?
From the
Fire.
oil line, they are... So let me get this just so that way we can frame it. With the oil, Gwen, did you want to be like throwing that off the top of the building, or did you want to have like created like traps for it?
I think like it would make more sense to Gwen to like kind of firebomb them with it, like not set up an oil line, or like dropping oil. More like I said, more like a tar, the tar things where you like pour tar down that then it spills on them and burns them, sort of thing. So
with that in mind, that would have been set up at the temple, correct?
yeah, where we're standing.
Okay.
So Gwen can throw the vats at them and they can get hit with fire.
Okay. Just wanted to check because Arjhan wanting to be more like a mile away from, like have you guys a mile away from the temple. So with that in mind, did you set up the tar things for the clergy to do in case and like kind of instruct them, or do you have like barrels with you as there's not really like an elevated field for you to then drop on?
How many barrels did we get?
I would say you would probably be able to round up about 5 barrels.
Okay. Gwen has 2 and she'll leave the rest with them.
Sounds good. Just wanted to establish that. So yeah, Arjhan, these wormwolves, as you put them, are roughly about 40 feet away.
So they're going to get there next turn.
Yes.
I would very much like to use my bonus action to use Nature's Veil and turn invisible.
Okay.
I would like to fly to a point where I am over the oil.
Okay.
You know, enough distance up. And I would like to snipe the pack leader.
Sure.
And I am going to be using my normal attack for this. Natty 20.
That'll hit.
I would also like to mark him as my favorite foe.
Sure.
Where do I click that? Here we go. Okay, so that's going to be 17 points of force damage with an additional 10 points from favorite foe.
Okay.
Second attack. I would still get advantage because I'm invisible, right?
Does the invisibility break when you fire?
It doesn't say.
Typically,
It just says you're invisible until your next turn. It's not the invisibility spell, it's just a class feature.
I would say that the invisibility wears off, mostly because with the Skulker feat, if you are in hiding and you attack and you miss, then you stay hidden. So I think that when you go to fire, that alerts others as to your location.
17 to hit.
17 hits.
12 points of force damage.
Okay.
Final attack. I'm gonna turn the crossbow on Gwen. Gwen, you are getting embiggened. I'm gonna shoot the potion of growth. Yeah. You have the enlarge spell for at least an hour.
Gwen, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Can you roll me a D100?
Yes, I can. I'm scared, but yes. And go. God, these ice dice. 18.
18? Okay. Thank you.
Okie dokie.
All right. We can find out what happens later.
It's fine.
So then next up in the initiative order is going to be Oliviette. And looking at the swath of worms before her, she closes her eyes, takes a deep breath in, and brings her rapier to her chest. And her head sort of nods forward, and she puts her forehead directly against the length of the rapier. And you see her legs sort of relax and bend at the knees. And she closes her eyes, and as she exhales, she opens them again. And her eyes have a silver flame that seems to be just burning brightly from them. And she speaks in a voice that is not her own, but it is a voice that you've heard back in the temple. And she says, "I will take care of the smaller forces. You four know what to do, correct?" And she looks at you and then looks up at the large creature as well. And like a candle moving quickly in the night, she is gone. And you see this silver streak go up to these other wolf-like creatures, and she just begins attacking the absolute shit out of these things with her rapier. But it's not her typical fighting style from what you've seen. This is a dance move. She is in the process of dancing as she uses her channel divinity to call upon a goddess who's less than a mile away, as it seems like she is letting Elistray participate in combat through a vessel. Next up is the Colossus. So as you were all preparing and getting ready, this 30-foot tall worm beast looks down upon the group that you have here to hold this line. And they say, in this booming, dry voice that seems to come from 100,000 different methods of speaking from inside of it, "Why is it that no matter where I go, it's always you four?" And then they are going to extend this large wormed hand out, and they are going to begin casting a spell. And you see electricity begin to crackle in their palm. Any objections to this?
I'm gonna copy it.
Okay. Roll to copy.
Sorry, I just need to double check something. DC equals 10 plus, so it's an intelligence check. 17.
Okay, so a 17. Caelum, you do gain access to this spell. You have learned Chain Lightning. So, I need for you four to make dexterity saves.
Everyone within 30 feet gets a +5.
17. If I'm still near enough.
Okay.
I got a 5.
Okay.
16.
Okay.
Hey. I got a 20 on my... 20.
Arjhan, I would say that you would be close enough in order to get the bonus.
17.
Okay, and Gwen, what'd you get? 24?
24 with the bonus.
24? Okay, Gwen, you are the only one who saved.
Oh, shit.
So everyone who failed will be taking 42 points of lightning damage. Everyone who succeeded takes half.
I would like to use a reaction.
Okay.
Absorb elements.
Sure. Sounds good. So, absorb elements. Next up in the initiative order is going to be, and the Colossus just creeps forward. As they are moving, there is just, again, this, like, giant base of worms that seem to propel them forward. And they are now roughly, they were 120 feet away before, they are now about 80 feet away from where your group is. You see, as this creature is coming forward, that one of the lower spawns, one of these, they have taken on the body of one of these moon elves, female, shorter hair. They are going to try and strike out against Oliviette as she has thrown herself close to combat. And they do not hit. That's all that they can do. They got the one. Next up, Caelum.
Alright. Let's have some fun with this. There is a flare of arcane power from Caelum's eyes as he begins to pull solar particles out of the air to form a whirlwind on top of Kyuss. He's going to quicken out Whirlwind using some sorcery points.
So, Quicken, I want you to read the meta magic feat.
I spent 2.
Okay.
Because you can cast a spell that has a casting time of 1 action. You can spend 2 sorcery points to change the casting time down to 1 bonus action.
Keep reading.
For this casting.
Okay. So, the meta magic initiate sorcerer feat. Because I believe that you can only quicken based off of spell level.
No,
So
that's
in
twinned.
order-
That's twinned.
Is it?
Yes. You spend up to your sorcery points for the spell to cast twinned.
Gotcha. Just checking real quick.
Because on my sheet it says you can spend 2 sorcery points.
Level increase.
That's all it says.
Okay.
Whenever you...
Yeah.
Yep.
And then what does Whirlwind do?
Are you ready for a doozy?
Sure.
Alright. It A whirlwind howls down to a point that you can see on the ground within range of 300 feet. The whirlwind is a 10-foot radius, 30-foot cylinder high, and it is centered on that point. Until the spell ends, you can use your action to move the whirlwind up to 30 feet in any direction along the ground. The whirlwind sucks up any medium or small object that isn't secured to anything and that aren't worn or carried by anyone. A creature must make a dexterity saving throw the first time on a turn that it enters the whirlwind, or when the whirlwind enters its space, including when the whirlwind first appears. A creature takes 10d6 bludgeoning damage on a failed save.
Okay. So they got a 10.
My spell save is 18, so they take 41 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
If, in addition, a large or smaller creature that fails a save must succeed a strength saving throw or become restrained in the whirlwind until the spell ends.
I think they're a little bigger than that one.
They're huge or larger?
They're larger than huge.
Cool, because I'm going to use my action... I'm going to use my action to move the whirlwind, basically clearing the area around this Kyuss spawn.
Okay. Sounds good. So... that is... majority of the forces succeed.
Cool. They'll take half of 35.
Okay. That is 17.
17.
No, 18. If it's rounded down.
Yes,
Yes.
always down.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so there's this gnarly whirlwind that is going around them. Just making sure that that all gets in. I love Excel. It is good for keeping track of things. Okay.
And that is it for his turn.
All right. At the end of your turn, they are going to use a legendary action to cast a 3rd level magic missile towards you, Caelum.
Shield.
Nice. Sounds good. So the magic missiles all just bounce off of that. Solid. So the next up is going to be a long-haired elf who has been taken by the Kyuss spawn. They were near where this whirlwind was happening, and so they are just going to try and trudge forward. And they are also going to engage themselves with Oliviette, or at least try, for a failure. That does not happen. The other spawn is going to rush forward and is going to use a full movement to get now 40 feet away from where it was going. Next up, Cori.
Cori's going to use her Blessing of the Mantle. She's going to spend 10 hit die and basically heal... okay, I'm just going to read it.
Yeah.
Because since this is homebrew, I feel the need to read it all out loud. As a standard action, spend at least 10 hit die, roll the spent dice and add them together. Any number of allies you choose within 120 feet regain a number of hit points equal to the total. The targets also gain 1 temporary hit point per dice spent. So I went ahead and rolled them. Everybody within 120 feet of me that is friendly to me is going to get 42 hit points and 10 temporary hit points.
Okay.
That's my standard action. As a bonus action, I'm going to use my Aura Vitality. Anybody still down?
So there is a small caveat.
Okay.
So it would be everyone that is friendly to you.
Yes.
These wormwolves, as they
Understood.
had been described, are going to use
Okay.
their reactions.
Uh-oh.
So, Caelum, when you would regain the hit points, the number of hit points regained goes to 0, and then you will be taking 3d8 force damage.
Fuck Cori in particular.
So that is going to be 17 total points of force damage.
Got it.
Fucking. Well, that was the reaction, right?
That was the reaction of one of them. A lot of these other clergymen that you had targeted, basically anyone that was not still tucked in the back with your group is being targeted by this. So Oliviette, for example, will also be taking 16 points of force damage, as well as the group that was there defending.
Rude. Do they at
Quite
least
so.
still get the temporary hit points?
They do get the temp HP.
Oof, owie.
Well, okay then.
Yep. For the rest of the combat, we are going to be calling these creatures reversers. It's going to be easier for me that way.
I know those. I
Okay.
get to use those pretty soon.
Okay. So, and then Cori, at the end of your turn, let me see here real quick. Kyuss is going to use another legendary action, and this time it is going to be for, let me check.
You know what? I still have a bonus action.
Okay.
Sorry, I was originally going to use that to heal, but now that seems like a bad idea. Okay. You guys don't get a healing paladin this time. No, I think she's going to lean into vengeance. I think that's the move here. Okay. She's going to use her bonus action to face step down next to Gwen. And she will burn another hit die to give her the benefits of her autumn form. But that's not going to help a whole ton either. She won't burn that. She won't burn that hit die. Never mind. Butts. No. No. Sorry, that really threw me for a loop. She's gonna Misty Step. She'll Misty Step instead. That's it. That's the end of my turn.
Okay.
I'll be right back. I drink a lot of coffee.
Okay, sounds good. End of your turn, legendary action will indeed kick off. They are going to use, they are going to cast a second level magic missile. This time it will be towards Arjhan. So Arjhan
I'm in danger.
is going to be for a total of 14 points of force damage.
Ow.
Okay, and then that was the end of Cori's turn. Next up, Gwen.
Boy, how close are they now?
Biggin is about 80 feet away. The lesser forces are getting in closer to around the 40-foot mark.
Okie dokie. Gwen is going to huck the barrel, one of the barrels, at the biggin.
Okay.
And assume somebody's going to light it on fire. And then Gwen is going to take up her axe. That is, would that be one attack? I guess. How do you want to roll
So
that?
to throw the barrel would be a ranged weapon attack.
Cool.
Improvised weapon. Unless you're proficient with barrels. I don't believe you are because you don't have the Tavern Brawler feat or the Improvised Weapon Master.
I do. Well, I mean, I'm good at drinking, so that's about it. So improvised weapon would just be dexterity plus a d20.
Yeah, it'd be yep, just d20 plus dex because you don't add your
Okey-doke.
proficiency bonus.
Let's go, champ. That's a 9, but I'm really strong.
You are. So Gwen, it's not that you failed to throw it. You just did not anticipate the moon's strange gravity. So you go to huck this barrel towards the head of this colossus, and the barrel just sort of like, you expect there to be like a downward arc to make up for it in the distance, but it just kind of keeps going and going. And like it doesn't look like it's in the process of wanting to come back down at any time.
Huh. All right. Gwen is going to grab the other barrel under her arm and head in and start attacking. She will use her... well, I guess I can't use my other action to summon all my friends, right?
Because you have to use your full, you have to use a full action. So
Right.
if you wanted to say use a an action surge to be able to do that, you are more than welcome to. If you want to hold on to that one, I completely understand.
No, I'll use my action surge to summon my allies, and I'm going to roll for that with my Runtax, which will be go away roll that I did last time. 3d4 plus 3, that's 10. Thanks, D&D Beyond.
Nice.
So 10 of my Goliath / not Goliath friends emerge, and I will use my bonus action to summon my Echo, which will be Grayskull in this, and he will be next to me.
Okay. Sounds good. Then at the end of your turn, Kyuss is going to use their last legendary action for another 3rd level magic missile. This time they are going to be targeting you, Gwen.
Is he? How close is he to me?
He is.
Oh, he's still far out, right?
80 feet away from you.
Okay. Not within my Mage Slayer nonsense.
No, definitely not. You are also going to be taking 14 points of force damage.
Force.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, next up is the reverser that is currently engaged with Oliviette. And they are going to try and get some attacks in on her. That is a 20 to hit with a bite, 19 with a claw, and a 24 with a claw. So she's going to be taking the full amount here. So,
Is she close to me?
Oliviette ran, like she's about, I would say 40 feet away from you.
40 feet, okay. Yep. Okay.
Alrighty, so from the bite, she is going to be taking 21 points. And then from them claws, just want to make sure the total is okay. Thank you, Watsy Dice Roller. You've been my friend through all these years. And so she's going to then be taking an additional 34 points. She's not looking too hot from engaging with this creature. But she's doing her best. Next up, Arjhan.
Okay, so I have a question about this barrel.
Yes.
How far is it from Arjhan, who is a little bit closer to the Colossus than Gwen?
The barrel that is currently like floating through the air that had missed. I would say it's probably like 20. It'd have a range of like, with Gwen's strength, it's probably already like 80 feet away.
From me?
From you, yeah.
And the Colossus is also 80 feet away from me.
Or sorry, no. It would be 80 feet from the Colossus, so roughly 160 away from you.
Okay, so she used it past the Colossus.
Yes. She was aiming for its head, and it just kind of kept going.
Okay. Well, that changes things. Okay.
Oopsie daisy.
If it was between us, I was gonna try and do some bullshit to like run up and kick it, but also activate some fire damage and try and like make it explode on it. But instead, I'm just going to for my bonus action, I would like to cast Hail of Thorns
Okay.
at 3rd level.
Sounds good.
For my first attack, I would like to shoot the Colossus.
Okay.
And I am using one of the special bolts. So this is plus 16. $29.
29 hits.
Okay. While it hits, I would like to activate Favored Foe. So this is going to be 1d10 plus 9 piercing damage, 2d4 plus 2 acid damage, and then 1d8 on top of that.
Okay. I thought fighters rolled all the dice. You're having a great time over there.
And then I have Hail of Thorns, which is going to be more
Jesus.
on top of that. I do need a dex save from that, though.
Okay. That is going to be a 18.
Okay, that saves, so I believe it's going to be half damage. Yeah, okay. Cool. So, do I need to split up any of these?
No.
Okay. 2d4, 1d8. 7 plus 9. 7 plus 9 is 16. 16 plus 2 is 18.
Yep.
18 points for the normal attack, and then half of 3d10. Half of 13, so 6 more.
Okay.
For my second attack, I would like to shoot again. This is going to be a normal attack because I still can't shoot more than one crossbow bolt. It's just the special force thingy. 22.
22. A 22 does hit.
16 points of force damage.
Alrighty. Sounds good. Next up is Oliviette, who is going to use a bonus action to disengage away from these creatures using some roguish features. And then she is going to, you see that she like pirouettes away, comes back towards where your group is, and seeing that she is effectively put distance between herself and the reversers, she is going to use her action to put a full 50 and lay on hands towards herself to be able to keep fighting, to keep standing. Then next up is the Colossus. Now, let me just check real quick here. Okay. So the Colossus moves forward, and as it comes closer, the length of its shadow just seems to extend out towards you. And with the twin glowing red eyes that seem to come from the depths of this creature, it seems to look directly at you, Gwen. I need you to make a wisdom save for me.
Okie dokie. This is a spell?
This is a spell.
+5.
Okay, hold on. I can spell. Oh, he's not within 5 feet of me, though.
No.
Okay, wisdom +5. Wisdom +5. Let's go, Gwen. 9.
Okay. Gwen, as Kyuss stares down at you, there is a moment where you can feel like you've been prepped for battle for so long. You got your rage on. You're really feeling it on this one. So why are you shaking?
Is this against being frightened?
No.
Oh, God.
They are going to cast a spell called Reality Break against you.
Oh.
So I need you to roll a d10 for me.
Okay. Roll. 8.
So Gwen, with an 8, there is this moment where you have been like, oh, I can't wait till he gets next to me. I can't wait till he gets next to me. I can't wait till he gets next to me. That way, like, I can actually start doing this. And these twin beads of light focus down on you, and you suddenly are overcome with a sense of almost hopelessness. You felt fear before. You felt despair before. In this moment, you see the end of everything. You see the moment that Kyuss wins, that you lose, what will happen if you fail. And suddenly you are not next to your friends. As with an 8, you are subject to the wormhole. You are teleported.
Okay, I was like,
yes. No,
you mean
I
the
realize as I was saying it.
You are subject to the Dugan's Hole.
Gwen, you are brought 30 feet closer, beyond your allies, beyond your other friends, to gaze at the imposing visage of this creature. You are knocked prone. On top of being knocked prone, you are going to be taking 71 points of force damage.
We're in danger.
And I know...
I always make a joke about Gwen saying she's not going to die, but I know that it can happen at any time, and it will.
Now, I know that we are in the middle of combat, but I feel like this is a good spot for us to take a quick break. We're going to be back in 5 to 10 minutes, so don't go no place unless it's to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. Pick yourself up something nice, and we'll see you guys shortly. All right, everybody. See you soon! And we're back!
Hey, Steven.
Hey, Connor!
I have to admit, I was gonna try and look up dad jokes for the bit, but I'm not a dad, so it would really be a faux pas.
Speaking of paws, you got Lady, and she's like a daughter.
Thank you.
No, it's faux pas, like pa dad.
No, this is a faux pas. Ah!
For all you audiocast listeners, it's a back scratcher in the shape of a paw.
God damn it.
It's an extendo too, so I've been using it to knock shit off of Tyler's desk.
That's
Absolute gremlin.
That's perfect. That's fantastic. Alrighty. So we are still in combat. The Worm Colossus has just made their move. Next up is going to be one of the Kyuss spawns, who is going to rush forward and try and attack out towards you, Gwen, as you are now closer than your other companions. They are... Let's see here. I need you to make a dexterity save for me as worms begin to just come out of this creature in an attempt to get upon you as well.
19.
19? Okay. So that is fine. Then they are going to try and get you with their claws. So that is an 18 to hit.
Uh-huh.
And then what about, let's see here. There's the number. What about a 13?
13 doesn't hit.
Alrighty, so you are going to be taking... That is... 8 points of slashing damage. And then 9 points of necrotic damage. But you half that because of the potions.
Got it, thank you.
Yes. And that is it for its turn. Next up, Caelum.
Caelum moves the whirlwind to encompass the last 2 reversers and then slam it into Kyuss.
Okay. Sounds good. So then... That is... Kyuss got a 22.
That's a pass, so he is going to be taking half of 37.
Okay, so that would be for 18.
Okay. And for his bonus action, he plucks a star from his crown, extends a hand outward, a bow forms, pulls it back, and fires at Kyuss.
Okay.
Does a 24 hit?
A 24 does hit.
For 26 radiant damage.
Okay, so 6. Sounds good. Then, yep. Okay. Sounds good.
Caelum's gonna hop off the wall and start moving in.
Sounds good. That it for your turn?
Yes.
Okay, end of your turn, legendary action for a level 3 magic missile coming your way. So, I need
Sorry,
you
I'll
to
take
make 5 concentration checks.
Yep. To advantage 1. I'm gonna need the damages on those.
The overall damage would be 5. Like, it's all less than 10, so you just need to maintain a 10.
10. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that one's close. 5.
Okay,
Yes, made it.
sounds good.
The last 2 were 10 on the dot.
Gotcha. You're going to be taking a total of 23 points of force damage.
Oof, owie.
Okay, and then that was post Caelum's turn. Next up is a shambly mound. One of the spawns who's going to run up towards you, Caelum. And they are going to try and get you.
Okay.
So I need you to make a dexterity save.
Is this a spell or
It is
ability?
not. They are attempting to vomit worms onto ye.
Gross.
Bah.
That's the wrong one. How's an 18?
An 18 succeeds. So you have no worries on that. Then does a 24 hit you?
It hits a clone.
Okay. So it's the attack, and then we roll a d20 to see whether or not it hits the real you, correct?
No, I can roll, and then if it's above a certain number, then I choose to direct it to
Oh,
a
okay,
clone.
gotcha. The second attack is a natural 20.
I'm going to roll again. Direct it to a second clone.
Okay. Sounds good. So then, next up is a very, very weak looking spawn that is going to run up and try and get Gwen. So Gwen, I need you to make another dex save for me.
I'm surrounded by oh no, I'm not anymore. Dex save.
Yes.
Okay, 12 and a 19. Jeez, come on, coming through. I have a +1.
Okay, the 19 is good. That's solid. So you pass on that one. Then they're going to make 2 claw attacks towards you, but an 8 does not hit, and a 12 does not hit. So you just have these 2 dudes just yarfing worms at you, but it's bad. Next up, Cori.
Okay, is Gwen's reality still broken?
She does seem to, she is still prone. She's still under the effects of this ability.
Okay, is he making con checks for those?
Yes, he has, and he has succeeded.
Okay, cool. Cori's gonna try and dispel magic on that?
Okay.
She's gonna have to make a roll for it.
Yes.
Okay, is it even possible for me to make that? What do I have to make in order for that to succeed? Give me a second.
It's 10 plus the
DC
spell
is
level.
10 plus the spell's level?
Yep,
I
so-
have a chance.
So you'd be looking at a DC 18.
I can
Do
give
you
you a
use your
17.
charisma?
Give me a 17.
I can give you a 17.
I'll do it.
Okay. So, what does it look like when you dispel this reality break? As you see that Gwen is by herself, she is not looking great in the face of this worm colossus.
Sorry. I don't know. I'm drawing a blank, man. I've
That's
got
all right.
nothing. I've got nothing nice for you right now.
Totally fair. So yes, Gwen, there is this moment where you are like witnessing everything turning to worms around you, but then there is just this shining moment where you can feel all of that wash away in an instant. And when you do and you look up, you can see that it is Cori who is just like she is like cut through this magical ability as if it was a hot sword through butter.
I'll also face step to her and give her my autumn ability, +2 AC and 10 temporary hit points. The AC goes away when the temporary hit points are depleted.
Solid. I'll write that down so I don't forget.
Gwen's in autumn form. Woo!
Do I change? I'm just like, just leaves just cover me now, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Leaves, Gwen, you can't see it because it's, on your head. There's like orange going on in there. Like it's like you're you were like a little bit of a sandy blonde, and now it's like much more on the orange side, like a strawberry, if anything.
Pumpkin
Solid.
Spice Gwen. You've got like oak branches that are like twirling around you.
Gwen just like looks at her, gives a thumbs up.
Okay. And then at the end of your turn, another legendary action for Caelum. There's going to be another set of magic missiles heading your way.
That's gonna be a shield from me, dog.
Okay. The shield maintains. Then next up, Gwen.
Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I didn't need to use a dispel magic. I have cleansing touch.
Okay. So let's say you bamf up over. You do the ability. Plop that spell back. Give yourself that spell slot and then just do the cleansing touch like you would have.
Take your 17 back too.
It's gonna.
Yoink.
Slort.
It's
sitting
my
here
threat of
going
fate.
I'm sitting here going like, man, these guys are so cool. I don't got shit. I can literally just say it ends.
The temp HP, I'm done, is what
You
I'm
still get that
thinking?
too. Yeah, you get the temp
Okay.
HP and the +2 AC. I'm done. I love you guys. Goodbye.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, if anything, the magic spell ends because you feel the reassuring hand of your friend on your shoulder.
Yeah. She looks up and all is good on the moon. And she will push her axe forward and she will look up at Kyuss and just say, "Hey, ass butt! You think you can get in my brain? or I'm gonna get in yours. She's gonna charge towards the large being, and she's gonna have the berserkers run in as well. 5 of them are going to attack the biggin, and 3 of them are going, or 5 of them are going to attack the smaller creatures around.
Okay.
I've pre-rolled these. That's
Okay.
why I rolled 20 d20s. For the small ones, it was a 21, a 10, 11, 28, and 24.
Okay, the 11 would miss, but all of the others hit.
Okay, so that's 13, 7, and 4 slashing damage.
Okay. And are you
And
having
then-
them attack, do you want to have them attack the reversers that are preventing
Yes.
you? Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so like 5 of them just gang up on one of these dudes and just like, just start wailing on them. And they are still maintaining their form, but they are having difficulty doing so. They look very low.
The reversers.
Yes.
Okay. And then the other one, the other 5 are going towards the biggin.
Okay.
Can they get there?
If they would have to use their full movement in order to get up there.
Solid. They are gonna do that.
Okay.
And then Gwen is going to move up to the biggin as well.
Okay.
Let's see. Do I travel farther with the enlarged spell?
You do not.
No, okay. So Gwen is going to move up towards the biggin and do 2 attacks.
Okay.
Recklessly.
Sure.
So that's 25 on the first hit.
That'll
These
hit.
were actually really bad. And then the second one is, that was a nat 20. Hell yeah.
Womp 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 womp.
All right. So the first hit is 23, which is, do you need to know slashing versus fire?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the first one's 23, and then the second one, because I have a brutal critical, okay. That's an extra d12, so I'm rolling 2d12. I hate these dice. Oh, shit. Okay, so that is that's 47 damage.
Okay. Holy shit. That's a lot.
Brutal critical, my dude.
Brutal.
Brutal.
Metal critical.
Yeah. And then I will use my bonus action to move up Grayskull so that he is next to Cori.
Okay. Sounds good. Then next up is one of the reversers that is dealing with all of these berserkers. That's a 2 on the die. Their second, for their bite, one of their claws is going to be a 21 to hit.
That hits.
And an 18 for the second one.
Yes, that hits as well.
Okay, and did they do all of theirs with advantage?
Yes,
Okay.
all of them rolled recklessly.
Gotcha. So then the bite would have landed as well with a 24. So, and do I need to separate any damage for you?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
Sounds
No,
good.
not for these guys. Just give me the total
All
if
right.
or individuals, that's fine.
So
working on a
for the
spreadsheet
bite,
here.
For the bite is 21 points of damage in total.
Mm-hmm.
And then... And then a total of 35 points for the claws.
Okie dokie.
All right, so that was their turn. Worm Colossus is going to use their last legendary action for another level 3 magic missile towards you, Arjhan.
Is he within 30 feet of me?
The Colossus?
No, Arjhan.
Arjhan,
Like in the air.
yeah, he's... I don't think that he would be on this one. And that would be for a total of 16 points of force damage.
Okay.
Okay, and then do you have any concentration spells up?
I have favorite foe, and that definitely did just drop.
Gotcha. Okay, so then next up, Arjhan.
I would like to. I just want to hurt this thing. I am Anjury. So I would like to first off cast Hail of Thorns at 4th level.
Okay. So just so you are aware, Gwen is right up on this guy.
Really tall, right?
He is very tall.
Yeah.
Do what you gotta do.
How hurt is Gwen?
Like at half, I'm fine.
That's not fine.
Fuck. Okay. Fuck. Oh, I unmuted. Whoops.
You know what? Ah, shit. I can't overcast Hunter's Mark because it's my bow doing it, not me. Oh well, I'm still Hunter's Marking. Then I am loading another special boy into the bow, and I am going to shoot him.
Okay.
21.
21. Okay. 21 just hits.
Okay, let me check my notes again. All right. So, D10, 2D4, 1D6. And then this is going to be plus 11. 29 points of damage for the first attack.
Okay.
Second one, 16 will miss.
16 does miss, yes.
That is my turn.
Okay. So then after your turn is Oliviette, who is going to rush up and try and stab out towards this last reverser. She is able to get a strike in, and yeah, as her rapier just pierces through it, there is a blast of this silvered energy that seems to come from it. She is able to finally put an end to such a vile creature. Then, just check real quick. Okay. So it is then the Worm Colossus's turn. And Gwen, you have gotten directly up on this creature. You have slashed out at them with the runt axe. And the lower area where you have been stabbing, you see morphs and turns into what looks like a face. And you see the lower half of this face that is sort of like Zordon in the Power Rangers movie, the new one, where it's just like hundreds of things making up a larger face. I don't want to describe all of the worms moving because content warning, but it's there. And Gwen, you hear a phrase. And it is the last phrase that you hear. They are going to use their 9th level spell slot and cast Power Word Kill.
How close am I?
You are roughly 60 feet away, but you already used your reaction to put up a shield.
What do I have to be under for that?
100.
Boy, I am.
And yes, thank you, ice cream truck music. I can finally be in a separate spot from that. God damn it. And Gwen, the word that you hear is enough. And that is the last word. There are no death saves. You are outright. So, that is it for, I swear to God, this fucking ice cream truck.
You know, I feel like this moment is being undercut, and I'm really...
Welcome to the Four Keeps, everybody. Look, I'm gonna go out there.
Gary.
I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna buy some ice cream and just make it stop.
Does Gwen get a free ice cream for dying for the first time?
Yeah. Go ahead, LB.
I have a question.
I'll Venmo you some cash for an ice cream later.
Thanks. I have a question,
Yes.
though. I have relentless rage. So if I drop to 0, I
You
don't
don't drop to
die.
0, you just die with power word
Okay.
kill.
Okay. Right? Wait, let me just read it real quick.
I swear to Christ. If I close
that's
my
how,
window,
like-
does it go away?
Yeah. Because if I recall correctly, you can polymorph someone and then power word kill them to basically just outright kill them in that form.
Why do you know that?
I
yeah,
do a lot of
okay.
research.
You can
Hi,
keep
I'm
on fighting
Caelum.
despite previous. If you drop to 0 while you're raging, okay, yeah. If you succeed, you drop to 1 hit point. So, yeah. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't drop you to 0, it just kills
Yeah.
you. Hey, I got power word killed during Tomb of Annihilation! You get to join 2 clubs!
All right. That was their action for the turn. Next up, one of the spawns is going to be attacking Oliviette. That is enough for a claw. Not enough for a claw. And then she makes a dex save. She got a nat 1 on being not wormed. So Oliviette now has to deal with Burrowies this point in time. So, okay. And she's also going to be taking some damage. For 9 points of necrotic and 7 points of piercing. So she take that. But that is it for the spawn's turn. Caelum.
Caelum's going to use his bonus action, seeing Gwen go down to Blessing of the Raven Queen 30 feet towards Kyuss.
Okay.
Flying an additional, however it is, to get within 10.
Yep.
Then he's going to use his action to invoke. Where is it? It's a fun one. A Hollow One ability, Unsettling Presence.
Okay. What does that do?
As an action, you can unsettle a creature you can see within 15 feet of you. The target has disadvantage on the next saving throw it makes within the next minute. Constructs, undead, and creatures that can't be frightened are immune to this feature. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until a long rest.
Okay. So disadvantage on save.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Anything else?
That is it.
Okay. Sounds good.
Indoor, just the berserkers still stay up.
Yes, they do.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you have summoned them. They are there for an hour, whether you are or not. Okay, so the next up is... So, Cori, you have 2 of these spawns that are right on you. I need you to make a... It's going to be 2 dex saves
Okay.
as they try and yarf worms on you.
First one's 18, the other one's a natural 1 for a 7.
All right, so Cori, there is a small wormy that has latched onto your skin. And after some time, it will be a little bit more of a problem, but for right now, it is just on an open part of your armor. And then there's going to be a series of attacks towards you. So only one claw attack is going to get through. The other misses because it got a 24 to hit. So then that is going to be for 6 points of slashing damage and 9 points of necrotic. And then the other wormy is also going to do some with a natural 1 on one attack and a 24 to hit on the second. Then that is going to be for 8 points of slashing damage and 8 points of necrotic. That is for them. Cori, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna look for some input here, you guys. I can revivify Gwen, but she'll be up with 1 hit point and probably go back down again.
If
immediately.
I revivify, I would go down, grab her, and revivify in the air. I think
Take her
that.
with you?
Yeah.
Okay. If that's the case, should I just go full aggro?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go full aggro. Bonus action, putting up Guardian of Nature. I'm taking on the form of a primal beast. My walking speed increases by 10 feet. I gain dark vision out to a range of 120 feet. My strength-based attack rolls are at advantage, and my melee weapon attacks deal an extra d6 of force damage. I'm going to start attacking. First, the guys next to me.
Okay.
First attack is a 17.
17 hits.
Okay. You know what? I didn't do that advantage. Heh. Okay. Yes. All right, that's going to be 15 slashing damage.
Okay, 15. Yep.
And, should I start blowing smites? Survey says yes. So that's going to be 15 slashing damage and, gotta find my smite roller. First level smite, 12 radiant damage.
That was just enough to defeat that one.
Okay, I swing at the second one.
Okay.
That is going to be a dirty 20.
Okay, that will hit.
Okay. That's going to be 16 slashing damage and another first level smite. I have to navigate so many different places for this. 20 radiant damage.
Okay.
That's my 2 attacks. Where is the next victim?
The next victim, well, there's one still standing in front of you. And then there is also the large colossus, and then there is another one that is seeming to be engaged with Oliviette.
Okay. Are there any reversers left? Did we
No.
blow them all away?
All of the reversers have either been blown away by a whirlwind maintained by your trusted Shadar Kai, or dispatched by roving barbarians.
Cool. Well, that is it for me. I'm
Okay.
just gonna stick around right here.
Sounds good. So at the end of your turn, you are going to be taking 7 points of necrotic damage as the wormy burrows.
Halved.
Yes.
Yep, I remember.
Sounds good. The end of the target's turn. Yep. Or no, sorry. So it would just be 1 point of piercing damage while they burrow, and then the necrotic starts after they get inside. So you just take 1.
I've got damage reduction.
You don't even feel it.
Armor man.
Yes.
Armor face.
Which
Feet.
is even worse.
Armored feet.
Armored feet. We can't show those on Twitch.
Sure you can.
Maybe we can if it's like a crafting stream. Okay, so then at the end of your turn, legendary action for 3rd level magic missile towards Caelum.
You get magic missile, bud.
Yeah, I know I was muted. I'm going to 3rd level counterspell that.
Okay. Sounds good.
Actually, I'm gonna shield that to bring
Yeah.
AC up. That's a lot better.
Okay. So that has been shielded. Then next up, the Berserkers acted on Gwen's turn.
Hello. I've rolled a lot of things. Okay. So there's 5. Are there any of the reversers left?
There are not.
Okay. So are there any other targets that those 5 can attack besides the big one?
There are 2 of the spawns. Just the
Okay.
regular-sized worm gross boys that vomit things.
Okay. 4 of them are going to go after the spawn, and
Okay.
then 1 will use their turn to go and up to the Kyuss boy.
Okay.
So I will delete that one. So the 4 is a 22, 12, 17, and 18 to hit
The 22 hits.
recklessly. Okay, the spawns.
Oh, the spawns, all of those are fine.
Okay, it's like, wait. So that's, are you ready for damage?
Yep.
8, 8, 13, and 13. And then the 5 that are up on Kyuss now.
That worm boy dies. Now Kyuss.
Yeah. There are 19. There are, okay, so 20, 22, 24, 10, and 19.
The 22 and 24 hit.
The 20 does not?
That is correct.
Okay. So that's going to be 7 and 13 damage.
Alrighty. Sounds good.
I'm about to get to rolling for next round.
Okay. Then legendary action for some magic missiles. They are going to be coming towards... They'd be coming towards Cori.
Okay.
Okay, so Cori, that is going to be for a total of 18 points of force damage, but then you also do need to make a total of 5 concentration checks to maintain
Holy
spell.
shit. Okay. Natural 20, 25, natural 1. Okay, there it goes.
Okay.
Whoops.
Okay, so that was the end of those. Arjhan.
Okay. My plan is to put up my crossbow, swoop down to Gwen, pick her up, and cast Revivify.
Okay. So you scoop Gwen up.
Mm-hmm.
There's no attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Fly up.
Mm-hmm.
You go to cast Revivify,
Mm-hmm.
and your spell is met with resistance as the Worm Colossus will do a 5th level counterspell.
Okay. I have Gwen.
You do have Gwen. You are in the air, not on the ground, not near Kyuss. Big ups. Next up is Oliviette, who is still engaged with the spawns. That is going to be a miss. Her second attack hits, though. Hooray! And they only had 8 health, so they are gone. They are deceased. Then she takes 1 point as a worm burrows into her. So the next up, it is the Colossus's turn. And Caelum, you are directly in front of this creature.
10 feet away.
10 feet away. So they are going to... I need you to make a dexterity save for me.
Oh boy, I'm great at these. How's a 15?
A 15 will not be enough on that one, as they are going to cast a disintegrate towards you.
Bye, Caelum.
For a total of 70.
Yeah, no, I'm at 45.
70 points of what damage?
That is...
Oh, wait, hold on. Go ahead, 70.
70 from a disintegrate is... Where did it go? Where did it go? Force damage.
Fuck.
Cool. Because you know what I resist? All damage.
Nice.
So I only take 35.
Woo!
Woo!
Okay. Seems like a good time on that one. Next up, Caelum.
Welp. If this dude's right in front of him, he reaches out a hand and touches the worms, just letting them drape over it, and he's going to cast Plane Shift on the Colossus.
Okay.
He's going to send it to a lava pit in the plane of fire.
Okay, let me just check on plane shift real quick.
I need to make an attack 27 to hit.
27. Melee spell attack against it. Yeah, that hits. And then it needs to make a charisma save.
At disadvantage.
Okay. Sounds good. So that is, just need to check. That is a 15 at disadvantage, but it will use a legendary resistance to succeed.
Well, that's one down.
Okay.
Caelum ages 5 years.
That's not so bad. There are
Drop
worse
it.
alternatives. Okay, and then end of your turn, Caelum. There is going to be a second level magic missile that is going to be heading towards Cori. For 12 points of force damage.
Okay.
Alrighty. So then, Cori, it is your turn.
Okay. Bonus action, the primal's going back up.
Okay.
Just because, yeah, I do that. I'm gonna charge the Colossus.
Okay.
First attack. 18.
An 18 does not hit.
Okay, second attack. 28.
28 does hit.
Okay, that's going to be 13 slashing damage. And then a 4th level smite for 23 radiant damage.
Holy shit, okay.
And 2 force damage. That's my turn.
Okay. End of your turn. Now that the wormy has burrowed inside, that would be a total of 10 necrotic, but then you take half.
We should take care of that soon.
Okay, and then...
We got a bigger worm to currently worry about.
I don't want the godling to be infected.
True. Cori, touch yourself quick.
How do you
Phrasing.
We've been jokes about paladins touching themselves have been happening since first edition. What? How do you get rid of the worms?
Well, when it was on you initially, if you had just attacked said worm, that would have been an option, but they were bigger wormies. Now, any effect that cures diseases or removes a curse will remove said worm. And you know this
nice.
from the, multitude of people that you have met who have been infected by worms.
How soon does that become a problem?
Well...
Now?
Technically now, the biggest problem is if you were to reach 0 hit points while one of these wormies was inside.
Understood. Okay.
Lay on hands.
That does not mean tempt yourself.
It means touch yourself.
It does.
Okay, and so Cori, that was your 2 attacks, and then you bonus actioned the Guardian of Nature. Anything else on your turn?
That's it.
Okay, the next set of magic missiles is coming towards you, Arjhan. That is for 12 total.
Ow. Owie.
Okay, then next up are Gwen's Barbarians.
Okay. So the ones that are the 4 that are fighting, the one duder left, is only one of them got above a 10, and that was a 24 for 10 damage.
Okay.
And then the ones fighting Kyuss, only one of them got a 21, and the rest were lower, and that was 15 damage.
Okay. Sounds good. Alrighty. Then last legendary action for the turn. There's going to be a set of... Yeah, another set of magic missiles coming towards Caelum.
I'm shielded.
If you're shielded, he would not have done that. He would have done towards Arjhan again. Yes, this does count as a spell.
Okay. I attack. I do that.
Okay, Arjhan, that's another 14.
Ow.
Oh, thank you for following Infinite RP. And also AC Not a Zoo. Thank you.
25 to hit.
25 hits.
12 slashing damage. And yeah, I'll blow another 4th level spell slot. Fuck you, Caius. You're not my dad. 26 radiant damage.
Okay. Sounds good. Then Arjhan.
I would like to use my bonus action to invoke Nature's Veil and turn invisible.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm still carrying Gwen. Gwen does not turn invisible.
She can fly.
She's an angel.
Boy, am I gonna wake up to something exciting.
I would like to once again cast Revivify.
Okay.
Counterspell is on a creature you can see.
Yep. So you are good on that one.
Bless you, Connor, and all of your infinite knowledge.
I just scream out to Tiamat holding this where's Gwen's diamond?
Isn't it a belly button ring?
It's a navel ring.
It sure was.
Arjhan's claws are like digging into Gwen's torso. So you just see, oh well, he's invisible, so you just see like 5 like streaks of blood going down her belly button. And Arjhan just like screams out, "I need you here with me." And casts Revivify.
All right. Also, Firestorm1245, thank you also for the follow. Thank you guys. So Gwen, you find yourself like in a waiting room. It feels like it is white walls. You are sitting in a chair. You look aside, like you can see that there are some other warriors as well. Like one of them has a sword like almost halfway through their chest, and they're just sort of like waiting patiently. And they are just in this like all white waiting room. You can see that there is a long hallway that extends outward, and before you on an immaculate white desk. The desk is immaculate, but there are mountains of papers above them. And behind them, you just see what looks like an incredibly tired looking man like heavy glasses that have like the thick rim on the top, cigarette hanging out, as they are just like drinking another cup of coffee, talking about there's always so many. Why are there always so many? And then as they grab a piece of paper from the stack, and you can see them just like, they'll like stamp a piece of paper, point down the hall and say like door 3, door 6. And like the warriors that have like these large gouges in them are like thumbs up, like, okay, I guess like that this is where I go. And Gwen, you see paper get grabbed down. And then right as the stamp is about to hit, you hear Arjhan's voice ring out in this white room, and the man with the stamp looks up, like cigarette again, sort of like limp in his mouth, and just, huh. And as he says, huh, Gwen, you feel a clawed hand on your shoulder, and you look up, and it's an Abishai that just sort of like gives a nod. And as you turn around, there is a door that you had not seen before that is open for you. And they lead you through this door, and your eyes open. You have no recollection, no memory of that room previously. But you feel like there's pain on your stomach. It hurty. And like, you are just fucking like, you are floating. You are levitating. You don't know how. And like, in one of those almost like, did we win moments, but then you still see that there is like large colossus ahead. All hell is still breaking loose, but you are here.
Fuck.
And you just hear just like Arjhan sigh in your ear. Like you feel him. You feel him.
She'll like touch his arm, like, all right. Grab onto his arm.
Okay.
Did I do it?
Not yet.
All right, cool.
All right, and then Oliviette is going to, unless Arjhan, you had anything else that you wanted to do, because that was bonus action still.
My bonus action and action.
Okay, then it is Oliviette's turn, and seeing that most all of the spawns, all of the reversers have been taken care of except for this Colossus, she is finally going to lend aid in the attack against this her big bad. And she is going to approach and attempt to stab with her rapier. For a natural 1, solid. She'll try her second attack. That's
How
better.
close is she to me?
She would be, I want to say, Arjhan, what's her fly speed?
30.
30, so she's 30 feet away from you.
I have bountiful luck, so that 1 is not a 1.
Okay. So then she would re-roll the 1, and that would go into the 19 that she had on the die, which was the second roll. So that would be for a total of 27. She is then going to try and stab out towards Kyuss.
Jesus.
And she gets sneak attack against him. She deals a total of 9, but then she is going to... So 9 points of stabby damage. And then she is going to drop a 3rd level smite onto that as well. You fucking...
Oh, right, she's a rogue paladin.
Yeah. So that is going to be for... That many... For an extra 21 points of radiant. She stands next to you, Cori, and you can see that she is still like full of the power of Elistrae. But this sends you back to a time before really your adventure had kicked off, back when it was just you and her on this moon fending off the forces of Kyuss. It was almost simpler back then. But she's here with you. Next up, it is the Colossi's turn. And let me see. go. So, Arjhan, you and Gwen are up above. Oliviette is there. There are all of these barbarians. Cori, you are there as well. Caelum, you are next to this creature. And they are going to extend out one of their gargantuan arms. And you see what look like dozens of hands form that begin creating complex arcane sigildry. And they are going to cast Dark Star.
Counterspell at 6th level.
You had used shield.
Oh, I'd use shield, right? Fuck. This is gonna suck.
So, there is now just this large mass of darkness that seems to be drawing everything in around it, that is centered amongst all of you. However, nothing will happen until the start of your turn. So, that is all that Kyuss can do. Next up, Caelum, I need you to make a Constitution save.
How is a dirty 20?
Dirty 20 is not enough. All right, so you are then going to be taking 41 points of force damage as you are pulled into the Dark Star.
And he's down.
A creature reduced to 0 hit points by this damage is disintegrated.
Steven! You can't keep disintegrating my characters!
Watch me!
And sweeping them under the fucking rug!
Well, you'll get better. It's fine.
In like 10 days.
You never know. But Caelum, you feel this pull moving you back. Your body goes against this sphere and then in. That is the last that your party sees directly. There's instead just this big, black, yucky sphere.
Hey, Matt Mercer, what the fuck?
Next up, Cori. I need you
All right.
to make a Constitution save.
Okay. Oh, wait, did you +5, Caelum?
Oh. I don't think the half would help.
The +5.
That would bring it up to 25.
Yeah, but I'm at 10 HP.
Yeah.
But would it pull me in if I survive?
It's half damage, and then if you're reduced to 0, it just
Yeah,
takes
so
you.
I'm gone.
Yep.
Give me a second. I have advantage on saving throws against spells cast by creatures within 5 feet of me.
Okay.
Yeah.
My first roll was a 10. Cross your fingers, everybody. That one's a 19.
Okay. So a 19 is a fail. So, Cori, you will be taking 49 points of force damage.
Did you use your Mage Slayer reaction to hit Kyuss?
She did
I
previously.
had already done it
Yeah.
previously, yeah. Okay, 49 points of force damage. Another question.
Yeah.
I'm immune to disease? I mean, I know I have bigger problems now.
Yeah.
But is the work going to be...
This has nothing to do with the black hole that's in front of me, but I am immune to disease, okay?
Well, listen, I either have to deal with the black hole or I have to deal with worms. I don't want to deal with both.
I have to
Oh my
resolve
God.
this question or else I'm going to forget.
Woo!
I put a pin in it, you guys. I only have so many of those.
So let me check to see if it is an effect that would cure disease would remove it, but it doesn't. It still functions if you are still immune to disease.
Gotcha. Okay. Just checking. Yeah, so here's the thing that's a bigger problem for me. So have I been sucked into this star?
It is pulling you back, and that force energy, it's like G-force, right? Like, you can just feel this gravitational pull. Like, in the movie version of this, your boots are, like, scraping against the ground in a backwards-like fashion.
Understood.
And hitting 0 is basically, like, you just get pulled directly into this thing.
Okay, well, things have gotten so high stakes at this point. I cannot get rid of this with Cleansing Touch because that's just for creatures. I am gonna ask for input from I'm gonna phone a friend. Do you guys think it would be a good idea to try and dispel magic on this thing?
I think it's a very, very high level spell. I can give you a 17 again.
But it's like a 9th level spell, yeah?
8.
8?
Which
17's
worked on the
not-
last one.
Yeah. So also
I give you a
remember.
17 on the die.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I've got a +5.
There you go.
That would take it out. I could do it. Good idea?
Yes.
Do it.
Okay. Do it.
Do it.
Particularly since it's going to ace Gwen immediately.
Mm-hmm.
I dispel it.
Okay.
I think
Yeah,
that
Gwen's
Cori,
next in initiative.
Cori starts to get sucked into it, and she like resists for a moment, and then she just lets go. And as she flies into it, there is a bright golden light, and she turns into a light hole for the black hole and just sucks it up.
So, there is a problem with
Uh-oh.
dispel magic.
Go on.
It is a
Okay,
spell.
you can counterspell it. Ah, fuck.
So,
Fucking called it.
you go to
Goodbye.
dispel magic, counterspell. However,
Cool.
you would still, as you are not being like pulled into this thing via the dispel, there is a Mage Slayer proc.
Okay. I'll take it. Attack. 17 doesn't hit.
It does not.
Okay.
Okay, so that was Cori. Gwen.
Bye, Gwen.
Hi.
Isn't she
As-
away though? Because it's 40 feet.
So it was placed behind your guys' group underneath where Arjhan and Gwen were
Okay. Okay.
to literally just bring everyone into this.
I need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
Boy.
Don't you have just 1 HP?
Yep.
Sure do. Okay. Let's go, champ! 21!
Okay.
But I'm still gonna get
21?
sucked in.
So you're going to be taking half of 41 for a total of 20. Gwen, how does your weird new rage thing work?
If I drop to 0, I don't go down. Okay, let me read it for you.
You need to be raging first.
I do need to be raging.
Gotcha.
First. Yeah, starting. Your rage can keep you fighting despite grievous wounds.
Now I also am going to need you to make 10 other Constitution saves.
Oh boy, for my friends?
Yes, for your friends.
Okay, their Constitution is +3. So I'm just gonna roll it. No. 3, 4, 5, no. 6. No. 8, 9. No, I got 2 20s. But no 21s.
Gotcha.
But they all have, most of them have 69 HP still.
All right, well, they are going to be taking a total of 41 points of force damage each.
Okie dokie. One of them goes down.
Do not slurp at us, sir.
Do you slurp your thumb at me, sir?
No, sir, but I do slurp.
I slurp my thumb.
Indoor, how much damage?
41.
41. Okay. So 9 of them are still up.
That is correct.
Cool.
Sounds
Gwen,
good.
Gwen did get sucketed into the thing.
Okay. Next up, Arjhan.
19 on the con save.
19 is not enough. So you are going to be taking a total of 34 points of force damage.
How's Kyuss looking?
Looks like he is having difficulty keeping his corporeal form together.
Where is the barrel of oil that I brought up there?
The barrel of oil that you had brought up there would have been pulled towards the Dark Star.
Did it?
Did it? Because she had brought up 2 barrels. So there was the one that she threw, and then the other one was back where you guys had started that had just sort of begun rolling.
Did it get...
No, Gwen got transported with it because she was carrying it right
Gotcha.
next to Kyuss.
So then... roll a D100 for me. Gwen.
If I do, are you going to tell me what the other one was for?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. 96.
96, that barrel is still there against all odds.
How far is it away from me?
From you, only be 30 feet.
Is it between me and Kyuss?
It is indeed between you and Kyuss. However, Cori is right up there next to it.
How far is it between me and the barrel? Is it 30 feet?
It would be 30 feet.
I'm going to dash down. I'm going to fly down to the barrel.
Okay.
That is my fly movement. My hands are empty because they were holding Gwen. And Arjhan is just incredibly angry and frustrated. And he is just going to let out a big old dragon roar. And he's going to cast Flame Stride.
Ooh! What's that do?
This is a spell that I assume will be in... Oh, well, first off, I need to cast this at 4th level. Because I'm out of 3rd level spell slots.
Okay.
I assume this is going to be in Fitzman's, but the billowing flames of a dragon cover your feet, granting you explosive speed. For the duration, your speed increases by 20 feet, and moving doesn't provoke opportunity attacks. When you move within 5 feet of a creature or object that isn't being worn or carried, it takes 1d6 fire damage from your trail of heat.
I see.
I am casting Flame Stride.
Okay.
While I am picking up this barrel, and I am using my 20 feet of movement to grab this barrel, which I assume is my object interaction,
Yeah.
and fly up to Kyuss.
Okay. Sounds good. So you have flamey barrel, or you have barrel that is about to be flame.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kyuss would take 1d6 of flame damage from you moving by him, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you want to roll that?
Oh, actually, I can move 25 feet. He takes 2.
Okay.
Whenever I get far enough up, I just want to fly back from the barrel.
Okay.
Say like, if I fly 15 feet up, can I move 10 feet back?
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Okay, that was my bonus action.
Okay. And you are dropping said barrel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it is no longer being worn or carried.
So I believe that would be a dexterity save on Kyuss's end. He would get a 16. So he would be, if this is an improvised explosives have a DC 14, I believe. So roll 3d10. 15. All right, so he is going to be taking half of that for 7.
I would like to take my attacks now.
Okay.
An
18 does not hit.
30.
30 does hit.
$14 points of force damage plus 4 more.
Okay. Sounds good. Then anything else?
That's my turn.
Okay, end of your turn. There is going to be a set of magic missiles that come towards Yi for a total of 18 points of force damage.
How?
Okay. Then it is Oliviette's turn. She is within the range of Cori to get that extra +5. That would get her a... Oh, and she procs her own aura as well. It's also nice. 9. That would be a 19, which is still not enough. So she's going to be taking the full brunt of 46 points of force damage. She's still up. She's still kicking. And then she is going to try and stab Kyuss. Get him twice. Okay, that is a miss on the first attack and on the second as well. It's a 6 and a 1 on the die, and then she takes 2d6 necrotic damage for 5. Okay. So then it is the Colossus's turn. And they are... They are going to make Oliviette make a Constitution saving throw. Or... Yeah, they would make Oliviette make the con save. No. No, they would not. Cori, I need you to make a con save for me.
Okay. Is Olivia near enough for me to benefit from her aura?
You get a +3 from her.
Okay, it's a con save?
Yes.
Okay. I don't think I make it because I got a 12.
Okay.
Wait! This is a spell.
This is a spell.
I got a 13.
Okay, so a 13 to attack is not going to do it. So, Cori, you are going to be taking 50 points of necrotic damage from a harm spell, which means that your HP cannot be reduced past 1. But if the target fails the saving throw, its maximum hit points are reduced for 1 hour by an amount equal to the necrotic damage that it took. So you still half that because you also do have your necrotic potion effect.
Gotcha.
So it'd be 50 cut in half to 25.
Okay. Okay. Is my maximum HP reduced by 25?
That is correct.
Okay. Because it was already up by 10. Miraculously, I'm still up.
Nice. Because it is the start of your turn. Or you attacked it. No, Arjhan had attacked it, and you hit it once or twice. I think Arjhan, you hit it once.
I successfully hit it once.
Okay. Because
I
it needs
did
to
take another
maintain
shot.
concentration. It does. Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Is it currently on fire because of the oil?
Yeah, I would say that it's still on fire. It is not immune to being set ablaze. So at the end of its turn, it will take 6 or 2d6. So, Cyber, would you like to roll a 2d6?
3.
3. Okay. So take 3. It still succeeds on keeping the Dark Star up. Cori, I need you to make a Constitution save.
26.
26. Okay, that is a success. So you will be taking half of 51.
All right, I'm down.
Okay. And when you reach 0, into the Dark Star. Okay, so then next up is Arjhan.
13.
Okay, so...
Are you? Did you move back into its area?
I'm in between Kyuss and the Dark Star. Or I'm in between Kyuss and I assume the Dark Star.
Okay, unless you had wanted to... Yeah,
I didn't have enough movement.
gotcha. So that would be for 58. All right. Arjhan, it is you against the failing worm colossus with Oliviet. Oh, before that happens as well, Gwen, do you have berserkers as well that I need
do.
con
They're-
saves?
Right. They're all right up on Kyuss. It's right next to Kyuss.
Yes.
Okay. So con saves, I'm trying to get over 21. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that one's over 21. That's 5. That one's over to 6.
Does
7.
Kyuss himself have to make a save for Dark Star?
Yeah, it is any creature.
2 of them saved.
Okay, so 2 save. Gotcha. So 2 of them will be taking half of 50.
Okay.
The others take the full 50.
Okay. So there are 2 left.
Gotcha. Then redo some damage there to make up for Kyuss being near the star.
Can the barb still attack?
Okie dokie. Just gonna re-roll. Oh, that's a natural 20. My boys! And, oh, the second one's a 19 too. So 2 hits.
Okay.
They're doing it. That is 8 for the first one. And 13 for the second one.
Okay. All right. So, Kyuss is barely still up. Arjhan, you have already taken your damage from the Dark Star. What would you like to do?
I would like to hold out my hand toward the Dark Star and cast a wall of force around it.
Okay. Hell yeah, Ring of Spell Storing. Okay. Then, as we had established previously, spells cast from items cannot be the target of counterspell, because you have to target a creature, not the item.
I would like to invoke Nature's Veil.
Okay.
And I would like to fly a bit more, just like up and away. Or no. Yes, that is exactly what I want to do. And Arjhan, just ragged and bloody, is just gonna, under his breath, I have to do this. I need you. That's a turn.
Okay.
I am invisible.
Next up, Oliviette. And Oliviette is no longer affected by the Dark Star because Wall of Force has trapped it. That's good. That's very good. She is going to make an attack for a natural 20. Good for her.
She gets sneak because of barbarians.
She's she has the like rackish robe.
Oh, she's a swashbuckler.
She's a swashbuckler pirate lady, but she's not a pirate. We've established that. That was a slip of words way back then. But she grits her teeth, and you hear Oliviette's voice now that seems to break through from Elistray, and she says with as much venom as she can muster, I've already lost her once. I will not lose her again. And Oliviette is going to stab with so much dice because Rogue and Paladin. What do you mean non? That's plus non. Oh, okay. That's why. So that is...
You just want some garlic naan.
Bro, same though.
Don't we all?
So she's going to deal 15... with the 21 points with the rapier. 10, 21, 25, 27 points from sneak attack. And then with a second level smite for an additional 21 points of radiant. The Worm Colossus had 11 hit points. As you watch as Oliviette says this, that Arjhan, you're the only one who can actively see this, but that moonfire that she had about her, that you've seen her have, just sort of like these silvered flames that wreath over her, burn as bright as the sun in an instant. And as she rears back with her rapier and stabs forward, she herself is gone. And almost like a beam of light where all you can see is just like a laser pointer making Zorro strikes as quick as possible against this large creature, she just seems to go as a beam of energy and just tears through this Colossus. And she reappears on the other side. And as she does, the Colossus begins to glow brightly with these beams of light. And then you watch as those beams of light turn into a purifying fire. And this creature just erupts into this silvered flame. As you survey around Arjhan, you were able to successfully ward off and fend off the forces of Kyuss. But inside of this domed wall of force, as the Dark Star dissipates, you see a robe, an axe, a spear, armor, and Cori's left arm resting at the base of the inside of this bubble. And that is where we are going to call it for tonight's session. So, first and foremost, I'd like to say thank you to everybody who decided to stop on by and join us for this wonderful game of Dungeon and or Dragon. There was certainly a dragon here. Who knows? Maybe the dungeons are on the way. We'll find out. I absolutely, again, wanted to say thank you to my players. I love you guys. I hope you had fun today, because I always have fun whenever you're on this channel. RJ, where can I find you? What do you do?
First of all, what the fuck, Matt Mercer? Second of all, hey everybody, my name is RJ. You can catch me at RJustice282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things in my life and sometimes stream with my friends. You can catch me here as Caelum sometimes, maybe. I don't know what's going to happen. During the week over at GGK on Thursdays, we play The Good Society. It is a game called Elegant Magics, where one of our guys is trapped inside of a time loop, and the heat of the moment keeps playing. Catch me again over at GGK on Saturdays. Alternatively, this week it's Mistborn. I get to play a conjurer. I'm gonna eat some people. Finally, Sundays you can catch me over at the Hype Goblins channel in the AM, where we play another 5e campaign. I play a cleric, a sorcerer who likes to heal his friends, and finally, hey, new game on Sunday nights, 8 p.m. EST, over at the Lady Dames. I'll be playing with some friends, a D&D game where we use Tailspire, which is a virtual D&D board. I play a tiefling. That's all indoor needs, I guess. Danae Keener.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. I'm LBHackEmUp. You can find me at LBHackEmUp on the Twitters and the Twitches. You could see me next live tomorrow at 3 o'clock on my channel, where I think I'm going to be playing Alien Isolation, because it's a spooky game, and boy, am I going to get scared. So there's that. After that, we're going to be playing some games on GGK. We are switching from a game that shall not be named because of some, oh boy, bad tweets, to something else maybe later. But you can see my channel live on Thursday nights with Lauren playing with the boys. Friday Night Frights will be with just Lauren this week. And then back to Playthings of the Gods, where we get to go to Waterdeep and maybe meet some old friends. If you're a fan of this channel, you can guess what 3 people are definitely going to show up when they go to Waterdeep. So, but beyond that, check my Twitter for all of the games that I'm in. I always kid about Gwen not dying, and she died twice this episode. So I'm here for it. I love you, Endor. I know you have a plan, but I did make a backup character just in case. DanaeKeener.com.
I just want to point out that as soon as the Nature's Veil dissipates, Arjhan is just on top of the sphere of force and is just screaming. Hi, I'm Cyber. You can find me at Cyberwolf1201 in a whole bunch of places. Cyberwolf1201.live, twitch.tv/Cyberwolf1201. I play games. I started Oblivion, which is a game that I've played so much, and we did like all of our Mages Guild recommendation quests, and I'm going to be playing that for so long because I'm probably going to do everything in the game, because that's just what I want to do right now. So if you want to hear me spout Elder Scrolls lore or look it up if I don't know it, which hasn't happened yet, to come see me on Saturdays. I'm gonna be talking about some Elder Scrolls lore, cause it's fun. You got a YouTube. Yeah. Damn, that. I have 5 hit points. I just want to say I have 5. For RPG stuff, clearly I am here. Arjhan's still around. I don't know about everybody else. You can check out my Patreon, patreon.com/StarWolf1, where I have a whole bunch of free shit, like some form fillable character sheets and some other stuff like, hey, this was absolutely horrible. You know what else is horrible? Magnus Archives. Do you want to put that in 5e? I don't have a full conversion, but I started working on one, and you can find that, and this is downloaded for free. Yeah. You can also find me on Thursdays, every other Thursday, but including this Thursday on twitch.tv/highshelfgaming, where I am emceeing a game of Urban Shadows in like South Louisiana, and it's super fun. You should check it out. I think that's it for now. DanaeKeener.com.
Speaking of DanaeKeener.com, hi everybody, I'm Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do nerdy drawings, mostly related to D&D and a lot of things on this channel. You can also find me at Danae Keener on Twitter. I've got a pinned tweet there that says all of the Twitch things that I'm up to, so go and check that out. DanaeKeener.com.
And if you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am, but if you don't, hey Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. We do shows like this on Monday and Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as well as on Sundays at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to our YouTube to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, or you can go towards Where Anywhere audiocasts are made available for free. You can find us there under the same moniker. But speaking of things that are being made available for free, we are going to be going into our Patreon-supported after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from the community, but also from each other. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask myself or any of these other fine folk, again, feel free to join us at patreon.com/Indoor Adventures to get all of them answers. But with that, I would like to say thank you to everybody who decided to stop by and stick with us through this incredibly long and grueling combat. Thank you to these players for putting up with my bullshit once again this week. And we'll see all of you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye!